Hi everyone, I'm Eloy from Knowledge Sharing Tech. In this video, I'll be testing two of Edifier's gaming speakers. On my right, I have the Edifier G2000, and on my left, I have the Edifier G1000. In my video, I'll be covering the following topics. I'll be talking about the build quality of both speakers. Then I'm going to talk about the specifications, connections, and controls. And of course, I'm going to be performing a gaming sound test and a music sound test. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what speaker I like most and what speaker would I recommend. So let me zoom in so that you can see the speakers better, and I'm going to be starting with the build quality. Let me first start by saying, why do you see an H here on the drivers of both speakers? So the H is for Hecate, and Hecate is the sub-brand of Edifier that is for gaming. Now, if we want to talk about the size of the speakers, the G2000 is bigger than the G1000, and for the construction, the G1000 is much lighter and the plastic is a little bit hollow, and the G2000 is much heavier and the plastic is not hollow. So it is better made than the G1000 in my opinion. For the cables, the G2000 comes with all the cables, so it has a USB-A cable and an aux cable, and it needs also a power adapter to function, and it comes also provided with the power adapter. So here's the power adapter. And for the G1000, all the cables are attached to the speaker. So you have the aux cable attached to the speaker already, and you have a USB that is attached also to the speaker, and it works as a USB power and USB also to stream to the speaker. To continue on the build quality, the controls of the G2000 are on the side here of the main speaker, whereas the controls of the G1000 are on this wired remote, and it is not practical, in my opinion, to have the controls here on the remote. Now I'll be turning on both speakers to continue talking about the controls. To turn on the G2000, you have this button here. Press and hold it for a couple of seconds. And to turn on the G1000, press and hold this button here. For the G2000, all the controls are on the side of the main speaker here. So on top of the power on-off button here, this button also toggles the input of the speaker.
Bluetooth input.
And this is the volume control. It really has a very nice weight to it. And this one here is for the lighting. If you press and hold it, it will change the light. And let me show you also on the back of the speaker you have lighting. And if you press it briefly, it will change the sound mode. So it has three sound modes: game mode, music mode, and movie mode.
Movie mode, music mode, game mode.
So now let me show you the controls of the G1000. It basically have the same settings as the G2000, except that for sound it doesn't have a movie mode. So on top of the power on off, this button here will change also the light. So one press, short press, it will change the light. And the LED lights of the G1000, they are on the front here only. And both speakers, by the way, they have 12 lighting modes. And this button here, it will change between music mode and game mode. And to do this, you need to press and hold it.
Game mode, music mode.
And a short press will change the input mode.
Bluetooth input.
And also on the controller, you have the volume control that is here. So let's talk about the specifications now. The G1000 driver is a 2.5-inch driver, and the G2000 driver is a 2 3/4-inch driver. The power of the G2000 is 8 watts plus 8 watts, and the power of the G1000 is 2.5 watts plus 2.5 watts. The frequency response rate of the G1000 is 93 Hz to 20 kHz, and the frequency response rate of the G2000 is 98 Hz to 20 kHz. Both speakers have three inputs: aux, USB, and Bluetooth. As for the physical ports on the speakers, the G1000 doesn't have any port on it, and all the cables are attached, as I mentioned, whereas the G2000 here, it has the ports on the back of the main speaker. So this is the power port, this is subwoofer output, this is the auxiliary in, and this is USB input. So now let's go and perform the sound test. For the sound test, it should be taken with a grain of salt because it goes through many stages before it arrives to you. So it goes through my microphone, it goes through internet compression, and it goes through the speakers. I'm gonna start with the gaming sound test.
Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel. Girl, you got me shook from the way your body looks. Got me riding hooks, got me feeling like a rook. I don't do it by the book, but for you I'll take a look. Don't know what your mama took, sweet and spicy like a cook, yeah. I'll keep it real, let's make a deal. Buy you a meal if you just let me feel. Get out your heels, grab on the wheel.
Now that you heard the sound test, you have your own opinion on what sound you like better. For me, I found that the sound of the G2000 is better than the G1000, so it has better bass and also it has a better reproduction for all frequencies, and it's much louder than the G1000. Now the G1000 sound, for its size, it's really good, but it's not as loud as I would like it to be. Now at the end, let me tell you what I like and what I don't like in both speakers. For both speakers, I like the fact that they have good lighting mode, and I also like the fact that they have 3 inputs, so this is very good, and I also like the fact that they have many controls. Now what I don't like about the G1000 is that the controls are on this wired remote, so they are not very practical, but nevertheless they are there. And I don't like the fact also that the sound is not as powerful as I would like it to be. Now for the G2000, there is not much that I don't like about the speaker. Maybe a little bit its price, it's a little bit steep, so I would have liked it to be priced a little bit lower. For both speakers, I don't like the sound they produce when you start them and when you turn them off. So it's like a revving sound, and for me, I don't like this sound. By the way, if you want to check out these speakers, I'm going to leave affiliate links in the description below. If you make a purchase using any of these links, I will gain a small percentage at no cost to you, and this will help my channel greatly. If you have any comments, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer all your comments. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channels. I'm Eloy from Knowledge Sharing Tech. See you in the next video.